Hi everyone, let me share my screen. And in this video, we will talk about IBP Excel add-in for Microsoft Excel. We will talk about how this add-in actually looks like. Um, Briefly, we'll talk about what planners can do there and how to request the access. Probably we'll also look at some issues user might encounter in while working with Excel add-in. So to start with, just a second. Okay. To start with, I would like to stress that there are three actually Excel add-ins which are used in JTI by planners. But SAP IBP Excel add-in is the main one. So it is like the big major add-in everyone is using. And the other two add-ins, Archon's Demand and Archon Supply, they are actually local development done in JTI. So Demand Excel add-in is only used by demand planners, and considering that there are almost no incidents at all about Archon demand and supply Excel add-ins. I can just assume that either there are no issues while using those add-ins or nobody even uses them in the first place. So I'm not sure. However, as far as I know, both these additional add-ins have really small functionality. So they, for example, Demand Excel add-in is only used for managing outliers. So what is the outliers? You know, you have the graph, and the graph, it can go like smooth, or you can have it like it goes smooth and then you have some peak value, then it goes smooth again. So like most probably this peak value is not relevant because it was caused by some like, I don't know, um, strange external factor, or maybe it was calculated incorrectly or something like this. So in order to approximate and smoothen the curve in any graph, people usually do the outlier correction. So what Demand Excel add-in does, it takes some forecasting graph, and you can adjust this graph by a really easy move, and like correct or just make outliers more to the average curve of the graph. And speaking about Archon supply add-in, it is only used by supply planners accordingly, and it is used for calculating the running lines. Well, we will talk about the factory part later, but still, so running lines, it means the equipment. So every piece of equipment, every machine which takes part in production of finished goods is maintained in IBP, and all those machines, they have their capacity, they have their schedule tied to factory calendars, for example, and so on. So this add-in, I don't remember exactly, but it does something to this machine resource master data. Still no instance for it. So the main add-in is SAP IBP Excel add-in. All planners should have it. And by all planners, I mean at least all demand and supply planners. I guess some factory planners still use IBP Excel Add-in, maybe some don't. The access, I mean, the access to your like profile, to templates is granted when IBP business user is created. So if person has access to IBP web user interface, I was talking about it in the previous video, then person also has access to IBP Excel add-in as well. And it is used for many purposes. So that's how it looks like in Excel. You can see, for example, here in my ribbon, I also have IBP Excel add-in, of course, and you should have it as well because it goes by default. So moving forward, how to log in. Of course, this information is on the slides, so you can check it just in case you can't remember how to log in. But let me show it to you real quick. So we just go to the tab SAP IBP, and there is not a lot we can do here. We can just click this big power button, log on. Then we have this pop-up window for logon. And here we need to select the connection. So what does it mean, SAP IBP UPC? It means this connection is for production environment, because production environment of IBP is called UPC. The quality environment is called UIU, if I'm not mistaken. Just a second. No, UIU is a development environment and UVG is quality environment. So I'm always mixing UIU and UVG. It's for some reason it seems that UIU should be quality, but it is not. Okay, so here I have connection only for production, and I can select it and just click log on. But what if we are launching IBP Excel Add-in for the first time? We probably don't have any connection at all. Then we click here, choose configuration. Yes, and you can see that I actually had a connection named test for quality environment. But if you're launching it for the first time, you don't have any connection here. So you need to click create. Then you just put any name you want, like IBP production, IBP prod, whatever. Then you need to put the correct link. So for production, it is this link. It is also here in the training, the URL. Then once you put the connection name and URL, you have this button active, look up for planning areas. You click on it. Here you will see planning area JTI, as far as I remember. Yes, JTI PRD will be here instead of default, and then you click OK. So that's how you add the connection to your list. So you can add like 1, 2, 3, any number of connections, but that doesn't really make sense as all users use only mostly production, of course. So you have connection, then you click log on, and for some mysterious reason, sometimes it takes quite a while to log on. Oh, it also can ask you for an email if you, for example, haven't been online for a long time. Just a second. So you just put your email here. Of course, you need to have IBP account, as I mentioned. And then, well, yeah, that was predictable. It goes to MFA, Microsoft Authenticator. So usually I prefer this option. Just a sec, I will enter a code. Okay. Great. Yeah, and now we have to wait. So it will be like this, loading environments and models. Sometimes it can take like 20 seconds, sometimes maybe a minute. It depends, really. It depends on the load on the system. But now it's Sunday, 9 p.m. Probably it will be quite fast. So while it's loading, let's move forward. Yeah, here are the actions we just did. And well, regarding the access, pretty much that's it. So I will just look through those links. So in order to request the installation of SAP IBP add-in, just in case you are a new user or maybe you changed your laptop or something. So just click here and there is a service request form on ATSP, which is called SAP IBP Excel Add-in. Pretty simple. You just need to provide user, the location, computer name. So if you are submitting this request for yourself, all this information is already uploaded by system. And you provide business reason and order. So as soon as it gets approved, you will have your add-in installed like in shadow mode automatically. So pretty convenient. Let's see if, okay, so it's not yet loaded. Okay, no, sorry, I'm lost in files. So the same service request forms are here for Archon demand add-in and Archon supply add-in as well. And just in some exceptional, some urgent case, uh, I don't know, maybe some global planning team administrator changed his laptop and he needs IBP add-in right now. Of course, you won't send this person to service request. It is more convenient to install it manually. So here is the folder where all the software packages are available. So let's go and check. So you just paste it, press enter, and here you can see an enormous list of products. So what if we look for IBP? Okay, you see, all those folders are for IBP Excel Add-in distributives, but for different versions. So you need to check with some model user which version is up to date. But for example, as for now, as far as I know, the relevant and stable version of IBP Excel Add-in is 21.11.6. So if I would install this add-in, I would choose this version, not this one. However, it seems like the freshest. So probably it is not so stable yet. Maybe nothing will happen, no errors will occur, but it's better to ask your colleagues or some model user what IBP Excel Add-in version is currently used. So then when you go there, you can see a bunch of files. So what do you need to do? You need to connect to user, transfer files to user PC. You can create any folder in user PC. Then you need to elevate as administrator and run CMD file. So going back here, the CMD file is this one. So you need just to run it, then go through pretty simple installation process, and IBP add-in or Archon add-in will be installed. That's all. So let's check. Okay, great. Meanwhile, IBP Excel add-in was already loaded. So uh, here we now see more active buttons once we are already logged in the system. And we can click a new view from template. That's basically the main action which people do once they're connected. And now the most interesting part begins. So depending on your role in planning process, if you are demand planner, you usually select one of demand templates. If you are supply planner, you select one of supply templates, and so on. You can see there are lots of templates, some special leaf ones for particular markets, some global checks. Well, yeah, really like crazy how many templates. I remember when IBP add-in was only rolled out a year ago. There were much less templates than there are available now. So let's choose the most classic one, the initial demand template. So here, what we can see a lot of parameters. So pretty much like selection criteria in analysis for office, but with just more and more complicated settings. So people are selecting periods, attributes, like markets. So what will be displayed in the table. Then they select the key figures they want to see. Then here in the filter, I don't know why, but default market is always Canada. Uh, Looks like a paid promotion, you know. But let's choose some other market like Andorra. I don't know. Will it just suggest us Andorra? Okay. For example, Albania domestic sounds appropriate. Um, let's imagine we selected all our filters we needed in all the tabs. Here we can see what key figures will we actually see. And for any key figure, we can adjust the filter. So, okay, let's just click OK, and I will show you how it looks like. So it will take some time to load demand as well. Cheers. It's Sunday evening, so well, it's not really working hour. So amazing. Oh, let's wait. Okay. Guess it will take some time again. Maybe, you know, um, with analysis for office, sometimes you just select too wide criteria. Oh, looks like it's going to load. Let's wait just a bit. Maybe there is not so much for Albania. preparing data. And yes, great. So you can see we just loaded um, the demand template. So what we can see here, we can see market, we selected Albania domestic. We can see planning units, and in the demand training, I will talk in a more detailed way about what is actually a planning unit. We can see base unit of measure, which is kilo units, and we can see a key figure we wanted to check, like actuals quantity. So you can see there are different values. So how many of this or that product, like you can see Camel, Winston, again, Winston, probably light blue, can only guess by name. So on different month, we have different values of this or that product in the market. So actuals is probably like available product or what are we going to produce. I'm not really sure what does key figure actuals mean. Um, I have, I guess, a presentation opened with all of the key figures explained. Let me check. Yeah, this one. Just we will check this one key figure actuals. Mm, okay. Capacity, supply. Oh, there are so many key figures. I wonder how do we find. Oh, they're divided by templates. So let's find our template. Forecast accuracy. Sorry, guys. Just curious. My God, how can I close? Oh, it should be there. Ah, sorry, it was in the beginning. Okay, so actuals. This data is extracted from the database and shows the actual quantity sold for the selected period. You see? So actuals, it means which was already sold. So here we have, yeah, that probably explains why the data is retrospective. So by default, system selected the time period in the past, you can see. And in the past, for example, we had this many kilo units of Winston light blue, probably, sold for Albania domestic in May 20. Pretty amazing. And for other key figures, the market remained Canada. So here we have data for Canada. So I will not like stop here for long. Probably we can spend the whole day watching and trying to launch various templates. So you can see for Canada there are much more like Plume, McDonald's special. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So that's how people use IBP Excel Add. Uh, yeah, that's it. And just to mention that we have sanctioned countries, right, guys? The sanctioned countries. And as for now, we have restrictions for at least two countries, Sudan and Iran. So in Sudan, GTI employees are not allowed to install IBP Excel Add-in. They should use it from Citrix. And in Iran, even access in Citrix is not possible. So that's why Global Planning team have a dedicated contact person for Iranian market and will act in IBP on their behalf. That's how it works. Okay, then talking about well, that's all for IBP Excel Add-in. So I guess we can finish this video. See you guys.